do. I mean, I that's my part of my job. But it's that old thing about what Sally says of Susie speaks more about Sally than it does of Susie. And really, that's true. Now, when you get to like we've had recently with some bad actors on our Waxahachie City Council. By the way, I've come up with a new moniker for the three of them: Travis Smith, Trace Atkins, and Billy Wallace's Waxahachie's Wrecking Crew, because they may have pulled their little stunt on us, taking the designation away from us. That's all a bunch of childish gibberish. But I think there are other things going on that I point to that can substantiate them being a wrecking crew, and we're going to have more to say about that as time goes on. Uh, but uh, you know, I think that quote is great.
I had a Instagram deal come up the other day where the greatness of Bill Walton was talking about his legendary coach John Wooden, who won, was it 9 or 10
Yeah,
NCAA titles for the UCLA Bruins,
yeah,
coached the greatest players of all time.
right.
And teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right.
And this wasn't part of it. And so if you find that on YouTube, you'll enjoy it because you'd have to just sit down and write them all down. They're
Yeah,
so great.
yeah,
But I've always loved from John Wooden.
yeah,
It's only a perfect day if you do a favor that cannot be repaid.
yeah.
Not just do a favor. Basically that's helping. It's helping strangers is
No
what it
doubt.
really means.
Yeah, and that you don't go around telling people all
Right,
about it.
right.
Yeah,
Okay. Um, this is mine. Sarcasm is the um, poor man's name fit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And there are miners, finders, and grinders.
right. I agree. Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lisa says not only Soros but Ford paid millions for the No King's March. Tell me which Ford, Lisa. I don't know which one comes to mind. I don't know if you mean Ford, the company, or someone named Ford. Anyway, thank you, Jeff, for that. All right, in our he said segments. So I don't know what day we're on. Well, I think it's over 2 weeks now that the government's been shut down, and in a sense,
I got my social security check on Wednesday on schedule.
yeah. So, and I do have sympathy and empathy for those who are not being paid. It's wrong. Now they'll get back pay, whatever they were missed, but you got to make payments in the meantime. Uh, mortgages and car payments and the like have to be paid. But um, when it comes to strategic behaviors by both parties. I mean, Trump came out today or yesterday in a story and says the Democrats are just kamikaze pilots as let's see, shutdown standoff hits third week with no end in sight. I mean, he's right. He says they have nothing going. They have no future. Trump argued Democrats lack strong leadership and viable candidates for upcoming elections. I mean, I don't know imagine. I keep going back to this imagining thing, but let's just say, Sammy, you are in Congress. You just got into Congress, and God forbid this ever would happen, but you are in the Democrat Party, and you have a million ideas. Uh, you're one of the rare folks in the party that have a million ideas, and you look up and you see that the leadership of your party is Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, AOC, what a Crockett, uh, and others who are just they don't know what to do. Well, I mean, there got to be people in the Democrat Party saying, how can I be led by this?"
Yeah.
I mean, we're over 2 weeks into a shutdown, and the shutdown is only reflecting more and more badly on the left, and they keep doing it. I don't know what their end game is. I would love to just ask Chuck Schumer, who, by the way, I worked for many years in Buffalo, New York, and the publisher that I worked for, who treated me incredibly well. I will never have anything to say about the way he treated me. I think he was mean to a lot of other folks, but he embraced me almost like I was his grandson. And so I enjoyed Buffalo a lot. I love the city, love the people. Some of my closest pals are there, uh, and I love the city. But the publisher who embraced me and we played golf a lot together, he's passed since, but he was much older. He was 40 years older than I was, maybe 30. He at his funeral, Schumer gave the eulogy, and so I never got to, and I wouldn't say get to. I never met Schumer, but if Schumer were sitting right here and say, "What is the end game? What is the end game of your party led by you that's comfortable with shutting down the government?" Um,
Well, they think, I mean, it's really over one issue, and it has to do with healthcare. I don't know that I could give you all the
yeah,
details of it, but they think that single issue makes them the hero that's fighting for their people,
right.
and it doesn't. It's not an insignificant group of people, but I think part of what they're fighting for is part of what Trump and go back to Musk and Doge. A part of that is um, the weed out of those who don't deserve to be getting this, and that gets lost in the equation.
Yeah,
Am I correct
yeah,
on
you
that?
are. The issue is that it is a healthcare issue. It's the Obamacare,
Right,
but there's two in this bill. Uh, there is 230 million or 230 million dollars, uh, thereabouts, that go to free healthcare for illegal immigrants.
right.
And the right and Trump and Johnson and Thune are saying, "Are you nuts? We're not going to spend $230 million on people that aren't even members of our country. I mean, citizens of our country." Well, I mean, that's another like, duh. What do you expect? What it's not as absurd. Oh, maybe it is. The No Kings is absurd on its face because of what we talked about. When we get to a little illegal immigrants or immigration being given free health care, that's just profoundly uh it's all sorts of things. Disrespectful. It's financially ridiculous. Uh it's the opposite effect of sovereignty. It's not. Our borders are there for a reason. So I could go on and on and on, but $230 million or whatever the exact number is for illegal immigrants to get health care, when people in our own country who are citizens don't get health care. There's no way in this world that Trump or anybody on the right should approve that.
Right,
So
right.
the left, Chuck Schumer, um, and Rush used to call Chuck Schumer, uh, "F.U. Schumer," Chuck F.U. something like that. But it's like, what are you're going to close down the government because you believe that you should be able to give $230 million to illegal immigrants for free healthcare, and the right's saying that is not happening. And so, no wonder the left's taking a beating. I mean, if it were something admirable, by there's $230 million in here to take care of our vets, and if that was the issue, and the right was saying, "Nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to shut the government down," then I'd be all over the right. But in this case, it's the opposite of vets. It's illegal immigrants. They're good people, but it's illegal immigrants.
Which ties back in another direction to the opposition against ICE. And remember this, when Trump ran on a platform of getting illegal immigration under control, and people said that was the number one issue,
Yeah,
and that's largely how he got elected. And now, guess what? That southern border is tight as can be.
yeah,
They say nobody ever wants to cross it anymore. We don't have to make an arrest. Who thought that was the easy part?
yeah.
But it turns out that it is, because other part is great. We got the pipeline shut down. What about all the water on the other side of the dam?
Right.
Okay, that already is here.
Yeah.
That is proving to be the bigger part. And so this whole tying up things over this provision in the healthcare bill, da 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 da. It's just people have to say, hmm, we did want illegal immigration to stop, and I guess it means we got to take care of the ones that are already here. We got to,
Well,
that's
why not?
lost in the logic
Yeah,
somewhere.
I mean, that's the Democrats are saying now. I would say, well, why? We deport them. Look, if you or I go to, uh, pick a country, We go
Ireland.
to
Let's go to Ireland.
Okay, let's go to Ireland. You think we're just going to be able to hang out there like nothing happened and get all the benefits of whatever they are of that country? The answer is no. They'll ship us home. We won't even be able to get in there without proper paperwork. But because of Biden and Harris, we've allowed all these people in, and now suddenly that's our responsibility. It's like me leaving the door open at my house and all the swarms of bees come in and are destroying everything. And I say, well, we're just going to shut the door now and we got to figure out how to abide by them and to take care of them so they don't do much damage. That's not what we do. We bring in an exterminator and we get rid of them. That's what we do. And then we shut the door. They don't come back in.
It's as if we're the only country that has immigration laws that are followed.
Yeah, yeah, and
Or maybe we're the only country that got run over
yeah,
by so many people who violated the laws, and now we're trying to play catch up ball and take care of it.
yeah,
Maybe that's the case,
yeah.
but
We're trying to fix a problem that somebody else created, Biden and the left, and we're ICE is the bad guys. I mean, these guys aren't doing anything but doing what they're told to do. And when we got to send these people back, but to give them free health care and see how many of them are going to hide in the shadows now. So this whole shutdown is a joke, and I don't think it's not going to end well. It's not going well for the left. The left doesn't have any leadership that stands up and articulates why it is they're doing what they're doing. You know, I heard Chris Murphy, who's the senator, I think he's senator. The guy, the guy is a lunatic, and he's speaking in yesterday talking about how they're authoritarian, that Trump's authoritarian, and I'm thinking, how is he an authoritarian? He's 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 getting rid of the bad. He's addressing crime. He allows free speech. He allows all the things that for people that hate him to do. He hasn't changed any of that. To send the National Guard into Chicago or Portland for that to even be up for discussion is absurd to me. Look at again, look at Memphis and look at what's the other one? DC. These are now cleaned up. It's equivalent to what's happened on the southern border, as you said. These cities, particularly DC, is now is going to be even cleaned up
and
more, but it's
DC
cleaned up.
was against it. They saw how it worked. They embraced it.
Yeah,
Memphis
same way.
yeah, but they
The mayors embraced it in Memphis,
but
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 a
but
Democrat
but
mayor.
but, but they embraced it before the people got there. They said, you know what, it's working in DC. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
They started out against it.
But you have Democrat mayors like the mayor in Memphis that's saying, yeah, look at John Fetterman. I mean, if there was ever a hero on the left, it's John Fetterman. This is a guy that's bucking his party and saying, I'm not calling anybody Nazi. I'm not playing these games. Trump ought to be applauded for what he's doing with crime, what he's doing in the Middle East. And you know, I never was a John Fetterman fan when he ran. Now, part of that I'm ashamed of because I was willing to not make fun of him, but I was willing to say, hey, he can't be running because of his stroke issues, and I knew that he would get better with time, and still was against him, but partly mainly because he was on the left. But he's proven to be somebody that's like Bobby Kennedy Jr., who was on the left. And I mean, Fetterman's going to be run out of town, and I say let him run as a Republican. And they asked him the other night, why are you a Democrat? Bill O'Reilly asked him up on a stage. We had it, I think last week we talked about Stephen A. Smith saying some things. It was on that same stage. Bill O'Reilly said, well, after hearing Fetterman say the things he said, he's like, well, why are you why are you a Democrat? He said, because my family's been a Democrat all their lives. And that's a hard thing to do to make a change, but he's speaking like a Republican.
Mhm.
So this shutdown, I don't who knows how long it's going to go, but for those in the military. My brother Eddie, who lives in Charleston, South Carolina, retired from the Coast Guard, is not getting paid. He got furloughed, not getting a dime. He will, but it's not fair to them.
Let me ask you this. Would you say that your perception of the shutdown, of the populace, um, is largely based on party lines like so many things?
I think what we see, well, definitely on the right. I mean, I believe the right believes that the shutdown is is wrong, but that the reasons that they're they're going to stand firm because the only way to open it right now with the left is to do the healthcare stuff. So the right's saying on principle, we're not going to open it. You guys are keeping the government shut
Right.
because of this.
Right.
If that's what you guys want to die on it. Do it. Whatever. But I think on the left, the party line question, other than a Fetterman and maybe a couple of others that are lurking in the shadows who are afraid to come out, are standing firm on you. Shut this down. Shut this down. Shut this down. It's incredible to me. I just cannot get my mind around DC, or in some cases around our own city council. But anyway, uh, kamikaze pilots is what Trump's calling the left. All right, it's rhyme time,
Prime
boys. What do we
time.
got? Oh, we got Deanne's. Yeah, let's hear it.
Land of the Free, parentheses, terms apply, by Deanne Blankenship. They've all said, speak, this land is free, from sea to silenced, shining sea. But whisper now, and you may find the walls have ears, some terms apply. The flag waves proud, high above the ground, while voices varnish without a sound. Not by forces, by guns or chains, but banned in silence, scrubbed from brains. A post removed, a platform gone, a headline twisted, truth withdrawn. Say something real, see it flagged, offensive, false, then banned and bagged. They teach us rights in books at school, but punish speech that breaks their rule. You may be free to raise your hand as long as it's what they have planned. Liberal or right, both sides have tried to muzzle words that don't abide. From campus halls to Congress floors, they guard the gates and close the doors. This isn't war with tanks or steel. It's subtler now, a silent deal, where speech is sold and shaped to fit the algorithm's narrow pit. Still we speak, though lines are drawn. If not, one day our words will have gone. And in their place, slogans and lies, with freedom stitched across their closed eyes.
Boom.
That's
Very
genius.
good.
That's
Very
just
good.
genius that you just heard.
Very good, Deanne.
Love it.
Very good. All right, what do you got? And I want to make Lisa says, yeah, it's for the Ford company is helping pay for these No Kings March. Shame on Ford. I drive a Ford, so does Sammy. But shame on Ford.
That you got at a
Thank
Chevy
you for that,
dealership.
Lisa. And then Lisa also says she agrees. Fetterman is the only reason. Well, yeah, he's the only one that'll come out. Only one with courage. I guess a guy that will wear hoodies on the Senate floor in session is a guy that doesn't really care what other people think.
Evidently.
Yeah. All right. What do we got?
Today in history, 6-2 for the big man. Get this bonus that I missed on the first one and
All
get
right.
the year. The U.S. Navy frigate Constitution, also known as blank, was christened in Boston's harbor. Boston's harbor.
So George Washington. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Old Ironsides.
No.
Okay.
That wasn't the question, though. That was just for the bonus.
That was for the bonus. The Navy frigate Constitution
Yeah. What about it?
was christened in Boston Harbor.
Oh.
Old Ironsides. Old Ironsides.
Shoot.
1879.
1891.
1797.
Ooh, I was off 100 years.
Didn't take them long to build a ship, did it?
No, I was gonna say. I was thinking, when did they start building ships?
I don't know. A British fleet commanded by Vice Admiral Horatio Nelson defeated a French-Spanish fleet in the Battle of Trafalgar. Nelson, however, was killed.
18.
Eight-
I'm gonna go with
1829.
1879.
Why were you guys both in a hurry?
No, he was in a hurry. He's trying to beat me, and I was just gonna go with the same
Well,
year I gave.
he got a bad rep of following you and copying you, and so he's trying to be his old man. Give the guy a break,
All right.
old man.
Yes, sir.
1805. Neither one of you got it.
Missed it.
All right.
Dang.
I was way off in this one. Hope you do better. Ernest Hemingway's novel For Whom the Bell Tolls was first published.
1932. Don't let us keep you awake, Sam.
1909.
You should have followed the old man. 1940, but it didn't get you. You're
Oh,
8
man.
off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what you get.
That's wrong.
0-3.
Okay. U.S. troops captured the German city of Aachen. Achen. The first German city to fall to American forces in World War II. That's turning the battle around.
1943.
44.
Booyah.
The
Ha,
bonus.
ha, ha, ha.
Way to be there, Sam. Way to be there. Good job on the bonus. Here
If
we
you
go.
listen to Dad, you'd have thought better.
Don't go down the same wrong path I
Sharon
went
missed it.
down on this one.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
The Frank Lloyd Wright designed Guggenheim Museum opened in blank.
Paris.
Oh, the year or city?
For the bonus on the city, for the year for the regular.
I'm going to say London.
Well, I went with West Berlin, and the answer was New York City.
Oh.
By the way, my beautiful wife was just there for 4 days. She had a good time.
Did she go to the Guggenheim?
No,
Okay.
she went everywhere else.
What year? Frank Lloyd
gonna-
Wright designed Guggenheim Museum, opened in New York City in what year?
It opened in 64.
51.
59.
I was in it.
Missed it again.
I was in it.
Luck.
Oh, boy.
Blind squirrel.
Boy, this one brought back memories to me. Paralympic runner Oscar Pistorius was convicted of culpable homicide for shooting and killing his girlfriend, Riva Stenkamp. The
Behind a door.
conviction
Yeah.
was later upgraded to murder. Pistorius was released on parole in January of 2024.
Yes.
I'm gonna go 1983.
I would say 2000 and he was paroled in when? 24?
Yep.
16.
14.
He was the one. He's a Paralympic. He doesn't have any legs,
I've
and
never heard about that.
he was a lightning bolt, a runner, and he shot his wife. She was behind the bathroom door, and they were arguing, and he claimed in trial that he was afraid that it was an intruder in the bathroom, and he shot through the door and killed her.
And there's no reference here, but I believe I know the country he was from, and it wasn't the United States.
No, South Africa.
South Africa.
How did he lose his legs?
I have no idea.
Did he race with no legs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
race with
oh.
those
You ever seen the
bouncy
spinny
looking.
things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did he go sub 10 seconds?
No. Mhm.
But he could. They
could fly, yeah.
He could fly.
Sharon, I don't know what she's answering. 1989. Did she get it? No, wrong.
I think she's wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, the final one, and there's a bonus here, and I did not get it. Actor Alec Baldwin was pointing a gun on the set of the Western movie Blank in New Mexico when it
Yes.
went off and killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins. Helena,
Sammy.
thank you. And sound like Sammy there. And wounding director Joel Souza.
Yeah.
Charges of involuntary manslaughter against Baldwin were dropped in 2024. So we want the
name of the movie?
The name of the movie for the bonus.
Why do I want to say the name of the movie is Rust?
Because you wanted the bonus.
Well, yeah, I got it. And the year would have been 2019. 21.
21.
Wow.
Two
Wow.
bonuses.
Jeez.
So look at that.
Why don't they have prop guns on a
6
movie
and 4?
set?
Huh?
They
They
ever heard of
do.
prop guns?
They do, and that was why there was
That
that
was the
one
whole
chick's
thing.
in jail. That the woman that got shot died, and so they're called armorers, I think.
I believe so.
But what happened though? Why was there a real gun?
That's
They
the
got mixed
question.
up, or-
Yeah, that's the question.
That's the $20
All right, a couple things I want to say
secret.
before we close, real quick. Sammy and I sat in here the other day, and I did a video that was really to discuss what happened in Waxahachie City Council a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to beat this dead horse, but I am here to say we're not going to show that video. I might do another one, but I frankly have had enough, and I'm not going to be quiet. There are some people who come to me and say, "Why don't try to help bring the city together?" Well, the only way to bring the city together is to identify what's cratering it or fracturing it, and I'm not gonna appease people who are dishonest. People like Travis Smith, who sat on council, who couldn't tell us the truth if his life depended on it. Tracy Atkins, who I think just sits there and never says a word. Then you have a meeting with him in private and he can't shut up. I think he's in over his head and doesn't know what he's doing. And then I think Billy Wallace is just struggles. I mean, I for so long liked Billy, and I still do in some ways. I just don't understand why these three, who I've called the Wrecking Crew, are doing what they're doing. And we'll have another column tomorrow, and not written by me, but written by someone else who has their own opinions about council. But we got Travis Smith running for county judge, and that simply can't be.
Is that
Uh,
official?
yeah, it's official, and so we'll do everything we can to make sure why he's not in any way qualified to be county judge in Ellis County, Texas. Period. So more to come on that, but I'm going to be as aggressive as I think is necessary, and we'll go from there.
But
Our
you know what? You might get the most bang for your buck out of this about talking about future transgressions instead of this past
Yeah, I don't want to
transgression.
get hung up on the issue with the sun, because we will adapt to it and deal with it. And there'll be a new council at some point, and we'll go back and say we are the paper of record. These guys did it because of their petulance and because they're immature, and it was retribution. And that's just plain and simple. And what Travis said there was everything he said on the dais was a lie about that. But anyway, Scarborough Hollow, almost said fair. Scarborough Hollow, which used to be Screams, but now is more of a family-friendly festival out at Scarborough on 66 going towards Maypearl. We have boatloads of tickets there. If you have interest, see us. We also have tickets to the Marine Ball. I've already told you that. Our show is brought to you by Hoosier Custom Meats, HOOSER Custom Meats out of Italy,
Down at
Texas.
Italy,
Their
Texas.
number is 903-688-1446. 903-688-1446. HoosierCustomMeats.com. For the holidays, man, you could get you some great meat out there. And then the last thing I like to do with my boys here, got a book that says True Facts That Sound Like BS. The guy says it on the book, but I'm not going to say it on this show because I don't swear. Try not to. All right. True or false? Hamsters are illegal in the state of Hawaii. True or false? Dun, dun,
True.
dun, 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 dun,
I'm with my
dun,
man
dun, dun.
Sam, and I don't know why, but
I
You say
think
true?
I think Hawaii doesn't like.
Later, dudes. See you, Terry.
I
Uh,
don't think Hawaii likes hamsters being fed to snakes and stuff like
Hamsters
that.
would thrive in the Hawaiian climate, and Hawaiian lawmakers fear the effects that introducing a new species into the delicate ecosystem there could have. So hamsters are illegal in Hawaii.
I wonder what
but
punishment.
there's already plenty of legal wild ones, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, there you go. All right, Jeffrey.
Have a great day and try to put a smile on somebody's face today. Boom.
See ya.